This is a First Alert Weather Special Report.
Hey there, I'm First Alert meteorologist Ashton Altieri with you, and our winter storm continues to impact the tri-state region. We have a mix of, well, cold air for everyone, along with snow, along with a little bit of sleet in some areas, even some freezing rain in some spots. It's really a mixed bag of wintry precipitation throughout the region, which is what we expected as the storm moved on in. It's still early winter. We're only a week in. Winter solstice was last weekend, of course, so this time of year we can often get a mix of different types of precipitation when storms like this move in. Live look over Manhattan, of course, and you can see some snow coming down in front of our camera lens. Keep in mind this camera's up 35, 40 stories above the ground, so a little different up that high compared to what it is down on the surface. It is cold, as I mentioned, 26 degrees currently at Central Park. The dew point number, which is a measure of how much moisture is in the air, that has been going up, an indication that the atmosphere is moistening. And as that moisture combines with the cold air, of course, we get the wintry precipitation. That's why a First Alert Weather Day does continue through tomorrow morning. Snow and sleet, and again, in a few spots, a little freezing rain. We'll talk more about that in a moment. In some spots, especially north and east of the city, it is going to be quite heavy at times. We've already seen some impressive snow numbers out there, some snowfall numbers already on Long Island and up into the Hudson Valley. Our snow forecast for the city, for New York City, we've dropped it down just a little bit, 2 to 5 inches, because again, it's a combination of not just snow, but some rain, freezing rain, and a little bit of sleet as well. So the actual snowfall amounts will probably be a little bit lower than anticipated. You can see what's happening here on the satellite and radar looping over the last few hours. This is what we call a dry slot moving into the New York City area. And as that drier air tries to invade, it's going to slow down the rate of the snowfall and the precipitation here in the immediate New York area. Notice no dry air to the north. You get up into Dutchess County, for example, and up toward the Kingston area, up into the Hudson Valley. It is definitely snowing. Same thing out on Long Island. Now, we don't anticipate this continuing through the whole night with the drier air. We do think that some moisture will eventually start to fill in here. I mentioned we got a lot of snow totals already around the area, and for some spots up north, we've already seen 4+ inches. Same thing out on Long Island here. In fact, Islip, you can see the snow coming on down. This is some pretty heavy snow along 495, heading all the way out to the end of the island there. And we're looking at snowfall reports already 4 or 5 inches in some cases for the central and eastern sections of Long Island. Take a look at the temperatures. You can see where it's the coldest. Again, you get up north there. Monticello's at 15 degrees. Meanwhile, Toms River is at 32. So it's central Jersey, South Jersey. That's where we have a lot of rain. We have some freezing rain down that way. It's potential for some ice in some spots. In fact, we've had some reports of ice out into Morris County, New Jersey as well. It's 26 degrees currently at Central Park. But take a look at the wind. It's not the speed, it's the direction. This wind coming in from the south, southeast, and the ocean temperatures are still in the 40s. Again, it's still early winter here. So that is actually helping to allow the storm to underperform a little bit in terms of the snowfall here in the immediate New York City area. Visibility numbers under a mile in most cases, and the Futurecast with the visibility shows that that's going to continue to be a problem. So it's still highly recommended that you do not travel tonight. Avoid travel tomorrow morning. Yes, it's going to be a wide variety of snow amounts around the area. But even if your neighborhood doesn't get all that much snow, you're still going to be impacted by the low cloud cover, the limited visibility. It's just going to make for treacherous travel no matter what. And again, those limited visibility issues will continue into tomorrow morning. So again, we've revised the snowfall forecast a little bit for the New York City area, looking at about 2 to 5 inches. Again, there will be higher amounts to the north, the Hudson Valley, and then to the east across much of Long Island. Down to the south where you see the purple color there, that's where we have a winter weather advisory for 1 or 2 inches of snow, along with a glaze of ice. I mentioned out in Morris County, New Jersey, we've already had reports of some icing, and that is a concern throughout much of central New Jersey and down toward the Philadelphia areas if your travels must take you down that way. But again, if you can just avoid travel for the rest of tonight and through at least the first half of the day tomorrow, that is what we recommend. All right, let's take a look at what happens going forward. This is the Futurecast computer model here. That pink line is the 32-degree line. So that's the freezing line. Look what happens. Here's 9 o'clock this evening. That freezing line just south of New York City. As we get closer to midnight, the freezing line actually inches northward, which is unusual. Typically, we see that drop southward. Instead, it's going to come up toward the city. Again, it's that southeasterly breeze that we have coming off the water that's helping to warm up the atmosphere just enough to prevent bigger snow totals for the immediate NYC area. And look at this. This is 2 o'clock in the morning here. That line right over Manhattan. Still way to the south, though, for areas up north. So that's why we're going to continue to see healthy snow for the Hudson Valley and out again across Long Island. Here's 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. That line starts moving southward again, which means the potential's there for heavier snow. But by the time the sun comes up in the morning, the moisture's gone. So we're going to see the snow taper off pretty quickly as we get into Saturday morning. And by Saturday afternoon, here's 1 o'clock. We may still have a few flurries along the Jersey Shore. That would be it. We'll be done with precipitation. Snowfall forecast area wide. Again, for much of us here in the immediate New York City area, we're looking at about 2 to 5 inches of total snowfall. In many cases, at least half of that has already fallen. You go farther north, that's where we're going to see those healthier snow amounts. Pretty exciting news for ski areas up north, 8 to 10 inches. Up that way. And then again, down south, we'll can see considerably less snow because it's going to be a mix of different types of precipitation. And you can see that as we get into the second half of Sunday, this is going to be our next storm coming in. And with this next one, it's going to be warm enough for it to be all rain. And by the end of the day on Sunday, we're talking quite a bit of rain. So whatever kind of accumulation you get in your neighborhood, that snow's not going to be on the ground for long, because as we get into early next week, Sunday night into Monday, that snow is going to disappear with a tremendous amount of rain around the area, nearly 100% chance for rain, in fact. You can see the temperatures trending upward as we get into the first part of next week. 47 for a high on Monday, so 10-degree jump from where we'll be on Sunday. And then we start to drop again, but the moisture's gone by the middle and end of next week. And right now it looks chilly but dry for New Year's, including in Times Square. So not too bad for bringing in the new year. At least it'll be dry this year, but again, it's going to be chilly after we get the rain out of here by Monday night.
This has been a First Alert Weather Special Report.